Have you ever felt a deep sense of unease? Like something just isn't quite right, but you can't put your finger on it? Let me take you to Tamworth, New South Wales, Australia. A seemingly peaceful country town, a place known for its charm, its music festivals, its community spirit. But beneath this picturesque facade lies a sinister truth. A truth so alarming it casts a shadow over not just Tamworth, but our confidence in the very systems meant to keep us safe. This is not a conspiracy theory. What you're about to hear is conclusive, grounded in evidence, and utterly irrefutable. Picture this: a group of trusted public servants operating under the banner of safety, governance, and prosperity, secretly engaged in a scheme so elaborate and harmful that it risks destroying everything it touches. From misuse of public funds to international crimes of unimaginable scale, the web of corruption is tangled and deeply embedded. Let's start with Mayor Colin Murray, the same man you might recognize for his leadership role in Tamworth, and later as Chairman of Infrastructure Australia, a prestigious appointment, thanks to his corrupt ally, Barnaby Joyce. Back in August of 2017, Mayor Murray embarked on an official trip to China, ostensibly a business mission. This trip would bring to light acts that redefine the term: treachery, criminal activities involving circumvention, tortious interference, and anti-competitive trade practices, all carried out on foreign soil. This harmed the dreams of entrepreneurs, prevented innovative developments, and jeopardized Australia's reputation. As we dig deeper, it becomes clear that local complicity wasn't limited to one man. Interpol Bennett, General Manager of Tamworth Regional Council. While you'd expect someone in his position to uphold fairness and transparency, Bennett played his part as a cog in this corrupt machine. Documents and correspondence sent to potential business investors reveal unscrupulous tactics. Contracts for public assets, originally secured through a legitimate expression of interest, were deliberately cancelled. What happened next? Those public assets were simply given away for free, not to the highest bidder or the best public initiative, but to friends and accomplices. This wasn't just bad judgment, it was calculated theft. The consequences: a staggering loss of $210 million involving fraudulent water licenses and related schemes. How were these proceeds moved? Through various banks, both domestic and international, to launder ill-gotten gains. And we're not just talking about minor bureaucratic hiccups here. We're looking at a sophisticated operation involving embezzlement and international money laundering that threatens the economic stability of entire regions. What's worse, water storage meant for public benefit, like the Dungowan Dam project with its promised renewable electricity potential, became another casualty of corrupt decisions. Projects that could serve communities for decades were abandoned for short-term gain by those in power. But the scale of greed doesn't stop there. False infrastructure projects, claiming millions in taxpayer funding, never materialized. Records show massive payouts for developments that exist only in name. How does this happen? Because people like Murray, Joyce, and their allies have mastered the art of misinformation. Everyone involved got a piece of that pie, while the Australian public was skillfully misled. Now let me take you to the human cost of these crimes. Once upon a time, a visionary entrepreneur set his sights on Tamworth. This man saw potential in the city and its people. Armed with resources, connections, and a shared dream of prosperity, he poured his efforts into building something extraordinary. He brought corporations from around the world, creating local jobs and offering a brighter future. His commitment even extended to revitalizing neglected properties and working tirelessly on projects of immense value. But instead of support, this businessman encountered betrayal. The Tamworth Regional Council didn't just hinder his work, they actively sabotaged it. Employees, local stakeholders, and even the police colluded to push this man out. The levels of violence and intimidation he endured at the hands of people meant to uphold the law are staggering. The very employees he hired turned against him, complicit in the trafficking of illicit substances within his own establishments. This wasn't just business rivalry, it was organized destruction to protect corruption at all costs, and the devastation isn't limited to the businessman's career. Tamworth's community has suffered immensely, a region already grappling with poverty, unemployment, and rising crime has seen opportunities stripped away. Council decisions ensured lucrative projects and infrastructure developments never came to fruition. Over $10 billion worth of economic potential, 27,000 jobs that could secure livelihoods, and community projects designed to uplift the underprivileged, gone. What remains is a population in disarray, plagued by the unchecked proliferation of crime and drug abuse. Make no mistake, this isn't an isolated case. Across Australia, the judiciary, police force, local councils, and even federal government infrastructure are implicated. Crimes range from insider trading, antitrust violations, and fraud to drug trafficking, racketeering, and even allegations of involvement in prostitution rings. This network of corruption stretches beyond Australian borders, touching nations like the USA, China, and the Philippines. It's deeply rooted, calculated, and destructive. Take a moment to consider this. The institutions designed to serve justice have instead become protectors of criminal enterprises. Police officers, magistrates, solicitors, all the way to elected officials have abandoned their roles for personal profit. They are no longer the guardians of a just society. They are the orchestrators of its downfall. And it gets worse. Public fear is weaponized. Violence, intimidation, and the silencing of whistleblowers are tools used to maintain this corrupt status quo. There are accounts of kidnappings, torture, property theft, and even murder. Families are torn apart by the brutality of a system designed to squeeze every ounce of equity from its people. The very fabric of society is eroded. But here's the thing, the evidence is irrefutable. The crimes These whistleblowers are risking their lives to bring light to dark places. Step by step, they are demanding accountability, exposing the lies, and pushing for reforms that could turn the tide. As we uncover these layers, one truth becomes glaringly clear. Tamworth is not an anomaly. It's a microcosm of a broader national issue. The question isn't, how could this happen? The question is, how far has it reached? And perhaps most importantly, what are we going to do about it? This is more than just a story. This is a wake-up call. It's time to demand better, to hold those in power accountable, and to rebuild the systems designed to serve us. The fight for transparency and justice might seem daunting, but it starts with awareness. So Tamworth, are you ready to unmask the truth? And Australia, are you ready to demand change? Together, let's ensure that what has been broken behind closed doors can be exposed to the light of day and set right once and for all. Stay tuned for more revelations, and if you hold the same passion for